y'all, and welcome to another live with Josie. I, again, am Josie, and I'm the founder of Girl Plus Kingdom TV and Ministries, and also the Crown Adjuster. And on this channel, we talk about everything from transformation, discovering your purpose, walking in the fullness of what God has for you, and alongside of that, we have really amped up the relationship ministry over here on this channel. And so most of my messages have been geared towards relationships and helping people to heal from the inside so that they can really discover, um, not just discover themselves, but also meet the person that they were destined to be in partnership with or to be in a relationship with. And so, um, please forgive me for a slightness of like having to slow down my speech so that I can process what I'm trying to say to you so that it can make sense. Um, Again, thank you guys for subscribing, for liking, for sharing. Thank you guys for tuning in every time that I go live. Listen, I'm going to be on here for probably like 5 minutes and then I'm going to go ahead and go. This topic is not long. But today I wanted to talk about being a horse whisperer. And maybe you've never heard of that term. Maybe you have maybe read the book, The Horse Whisperer, or How to Talk So That He Can Listen. But I'm going to be deriving some of that from that book, but also from personal experience. I have experience with understanding how to speak or talk feminine. Okay. Now, prior to the relationship, me having a healthy relationship, I was married and I did not understand how to communicate effectively so that my man would listen. I thought nagging, complaining, being loud, and just getting so tired of always having to repeat myself was the way to unfortunately get my ex-husband's attention. But me talking loud, being rude, being disrespectful never really got his attention. It actually made things worse. And so it's funny how life works because after I left that relationship, it's almost like in my mind I began to really just like figure out what works and what doesn't work. Welcome into today's live, everybody. But I began to come to the knowledge of what really works. And I don't know why it took me years to learn this or why it took me time to really just learn this, but it did. Thank you guys for the hearts and the love. I appreciate that. Um, and so, yeah, I would say that for the woman who struggles with taming her tongue, or for the woman who struggles with submission, or the woman who struggles to communicate with her man and literally have her man to do the very thing that she desires for him to do, this message is going to be for you. If you know that your man seems distant from you, he doesn't really seem like he's listening to you, or it seems like it's a struggle for him to really just do the very things that you want him to do. It could be something as small as him picking up his clothes. It could be something as small as him putting the toilet seat down. It could be something as small as him picking up anything around the house, taking out the trash, making sure that he is available not just for the kids but for you or whatever. So it could literally be anything. But men love respect. So that's the first thing I would say. Men love respect. And if you can show your man respect, you'll most likely have him in other areas. Like he'll most likely do what you're requesting him to do, but you have to learn how to speak to him so that he'll listen. And so I'm going to give you some practical tools, or we're going to get practical and then I'm going to let you go. So instead of saying, man, you'll never do anything around this house. You always leaving your socks around. You're always leaving up the toilet seat. You always, uh, forgetting to take out the trash can. Instead of saying that, use this feminine language and say to him, babe, I know you've been working hard. I thank you so much for all the sacrifices you made for this family. And, I really appreciate when you do the little things around the house. It makes me feel so good to know that I have a man that will consider the details. When you talk to him like that, instead of being angry, instead of being upset, instead of being irrational or being all over the place, being moody because you told him 10 or 15 times that the trash needed to be taken out, or that, he might need to pick up something around the house. So instead of you like having an attitude with him, try that instead, and then keep doing it and see if he does not change the way he responds to you, or the way he responds to moving that trash without you asking him next time. Or he may begin to do more than just move the trash. He might move the trash, clean the inside of the thing out. Because the thing about men is that they love adoration. They love to receive praises. They love to be honored and respected. And they love a woman who can do those things. Okay. They love a woman who can be gentle with them, be understanding with them, be kind with them, but not be a pushover. Just having a level of respect for your man enough to where you will communicate with him in a way that will make him, want to, reciprocate that. And I'm not saying this might work for every man, because some men are just naturally angry all the time. They don't want to make anything work. They probably don't want to even be in a relationship. But for the man that he does love his family, he does love his wife and children, he probably forgot to take out the trash. He probably forgot to do something that you really wanted him to do, because he probably have to go to work or have 50 million things on his plate and just simply forgot. Okay. And so that's not, men already go through a lot on the outside of their home, and that's not the time. When he come home, it's not the time for you to just be angry or all over the place. That's the time for you to be grateful to see him, excited when he comes into the home or come into the house, and embrace him with a warm hug, kisses, love, all of that. You can do anything you want. That's your man. You know how your man think, you know how your man is. And so maybe just, showing that level of love, gratitude, and just being there with your man, respecting him through your communication, talking to him, not like a child, but really speaking to him in a tone, because even your tone could throw off your man's mood. So, for instance, my man would say something to me, and my man is very goofy, but he'll say something. And what I'll do, I would I would be like, babe, da 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 da. I ain't gonna say I ain't gonna say verbatim what I might say, but he might say something to me, and in return, I'll be like, babe, da 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 da. And be like, who are you talking to, woman? Even though sometimes he's playing with me, it just goes to show you that not only like, well, my man don't like lip at all. He don't like lip at all. He don't like me talking back. Or even if I respond a certain way, he'd be like, babe, who you think you talking to? And I would have to tell him like, babe, I'm not talking to anybody, sweetheart. How are you today? And so we play a lot, but at the same time, it goes to show you that men, they like a woman who can have a mellow tone. And so when you be like, oh, okay, or sweetheart, may I please interject? Or babe, can I please give you my opinion on this? Or having that type of tone, having that type of mellowness about you, it helps a man to feel respected. Okay, it makes him feel respected, makes him feel cherished, makes him feel valued, makes him feel seen, makes him feel heard. And men love respect. Men love a woman that can speak to him in a way that will cause him to want to move heaven and earth for her. And that's through the art of femininity, your tone, the way you speak to him, your body language, your eyes, that's also a part of it. A man does not want to be in a relationship with a woman who does not know how to, honor him or how to speak to him. He would equate you to a woman that he doesn't even want to be around. And so you got to know your man. You got to know that your tone matters. Um, but I gave you a practical example of how to speak to your man so that he will listen to you, but also not just listen, so that he will then move in the direction that you desire. And it's not manipulation, it's not witchcraft, it's not any of that. You just have to understand how men work. And men work differently than we do as women. They need different things than we do. Some things are similar, but even in the way that it's given out, it's still gonna have a level of difference to it. So that's what I have for you guys today. Um, Hi, Ankit. I hope I said your name right. But that's really what I have for you guys today. You do have to learn how to speak your husband or your man's language through praise, adoration, thanking him like it's already done. And listen, the Bible talks about that. Even God tells us, like, thank me like it's already done. So when it comes to your person, you have to thank them, thank the man that you with like it's already done. Thank him for the time that he got you the roses. Thank him for the time that he opened up your door. Find reasons to thank him. Find reasons to give him praises. Find reasons to um just lift him up and admire him, or admonish him. And I guarantee you that you'll have a man on your side that will feel fulfilled. He will feel happy. He will feel like you care. He will feel like you respect him. And a man that feels respected is a man that will run through hoops and leap over walls for you as his woman. So that's something that I've experienced. That's something that I know to be true. And cute eyes, cute face. Oh, thank you. That's something that I know to be true. That's something that I've experienced personally. And I know that men just, they love admiration and praise. So instead of being a brawling woman, a quarrelsome woman, a talking back type of woman, practice just, oh babe, thank you so much. Even if he didn't do it, thank him like he did it, and then watch how he moves to the very thing that you request. But if you nag him about what he haven't done, he not gonna do it, because men love respect, and without it, your relationship will only go so far. So hopefully this has helped you. Thank you guys again for tuning in. My name is Josie, and I love you guys. I will check in with y'all later.